You noisy cat. Hang on to your earmuffs, guys. I don't have my mic set right. Sorry. Killing me, Smalls. I know it. Outside, Nora. Well, hello, everybody. Do something real quick here, guys. Running a bit late. I had to send my mom an email. Make sure she got hooked up. My mom came to a live stream. Finally. That's awesome. Pretty happy about that. Welcome my mother into the chat, guys. Her name is Jan. Virginia is working tonight. Bob's here from Mountain Crest Farm. Nathan from Sampson Farms. Dave from Oak Knob in New Hampshire. The other Dave from Dubois Homestead in the Woods in Ontario. My mom is here. Nathan's still here. Bob's still here. Nathan's here again and again. Sam, no, I am not in the workshop. How about an audio check? No, not a shop stream. Nope. If you're in your car, Andrew, you can just pretend. Form that little picture in your head and Haywire Homestead is here. PG Nano Farm, hello. How you doing, Linda? Eli again. Shows up every single time. Woods Family Homestead, hello. How are you? Andrew the Bearded Giant is here. Andrew the Bearded Giant is here again. And again. Bub from Getting Started on Homesteading. Yes, my kitty is joining the stream. He just came inside. He's making noise. We have 12 watching now. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. We have 5 thumbs ups. I have a few things I want to talk about tonight, but I really want to welcome my mother from Michigan. Thank you so much, Mom, for coming. You'll see, Mom, that I have a picture of one of my favorite people on my desk. See? Hi, Kevin's mom. Yep. It is March 26th. Just like regularly scheduled programming, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. we do a live stream. I did a little promo video earlier today. Got a little sidetracked. I thought I heard traffic or something, but I don't get traffic. I did a little promo video today. I played with a little bit of transitions. Hope you enjoyed that. Very learned something from D4 Darius, a video that Sam from Green Acre Homestead shared last night, and I'm trying to play with a little bit of camera trickery. Took me a minute, but I'm getting it. I am editing a Stanley sharpening system for my plane and my chisels. So I've got it all filmed. I just got to put it all together. I say a lot, but I am finishing up my collaboration build out in the shop. I'm working on some editing on that too. That's supposed to be live and uploaded by the 28th. Hello, Willow Creek Homestead. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. And get back to grocery shopping. uh, Boy, hopefully you're not in a gigantic grocery store. I know what that's like. We don't go to the big stores very often, but every once in a while, and that drives me absolutely bananas. The person in the other chair looks different. Yes, Bob. Billy Joe got called into work. Somebody had an appointment at her job, so she had to take over. So she had to go to work at noon today. I feel a little solo right now, so uh, usually Billy Joe and I have some pretty good interactions, and that's mildly entertaining for you guys, I believe. But not tonight. She's supposed to be home about 8 o'clock our time, so I will fill her in on all of your guys' yes, Dave, our people. Yeah, big stores. Boy, I just drives me absolutely bananas. I grew up in a big city, uh, and that was normal for me until we moved to the Upper Peninsula. I was married, and then I moved out west here. Our little, we actually have two small towns. One up yonder that way about 6 miles, and one kind of kitty corner yonder that way about 10, 11 miles. They each support a small grocery store. Uh, Not a whole lot of selection. It seems we go there. Usually we go to the one further away. It's actually a little larger town. It's like 1,100 people. Um, it's usually all the same stuff. So for dinner, we go in there and shop for dinner items, or what to go with the pork, or what to go with the beef, or the chicken, or things like that. And we look at the same stuff. So it would be great to have the big town store selection in a tiny little store. It just doesn't happen. So we really end up getting creative sometimes. Like a lot of you homesteaders, we stay at home a lot of the times. We don't. I guess geographically, homesteaders are not going to be right in the big city. Unless you can be an urban homesteader, of course, uh, but I think being a homesteader, that's going to segue a little bit later. Being a homesteader is you kind of want to break away from the hustle and the bustle, and grow your own food and take care of have more sustainable lifestyle, things like that. So, uh, and not to stereotype homesteaders that they have to live off grid, or live far away from town or anything like that, but yeah, it's pretty common. Willow Creek says it's about a 35-minute drive to a decent store, and some days just don't wanna. We have a Walmart that's about 40 miles that way. It drives us bananas, and the town is like 35,000 people, so it's not gigantic, but yeah, oof. Yeah, Prime Pantry is always a great option. Uh, we get a lot of things Prime Pantry. Kitty food, what a what an incredible value for cat food. 22 pound bag, I think it is. Will last the kitty 2.5 months or something like that. And you can't buy a 10-pound bag in our local grocery store for the same price. So it's incredible value. If we could get 50-pound bags of dog food from Prime Pantry, that'd be great. Toilet paper, dish soap, bath products. Those are probably our staples that we go to. Uh, but 6-pack variety packs of Pop Tarts. That's my style. You save $2 every time. Uh, Canned goods, noodles, cookies, granola bars, things like that. For the Prime Pantry subscription for the year, we can really offset that cost in purchases and maybe the first month and a half. And it's really not, buying frivolous things. It's buying stuff that we always use. Dish soap, toilet products, bath products, things like that. So I'd encourage you to drop that dollar for Amazon Prime Pantry and just the simple convenience. I am an Amazon affiliate, but I don't have a link anywhere for sign up to Prime Pantry. But because it sounds like I'm endorsing it, I probably should. But yeah, really work on that Prime Pantry if you have an opportunity to. Yeah, Farmer Brad. Hello. Anyway, I didn't see you pop in here. They do have pickup service too, and even some WalMarts have free shipping on items. So if you can be strategic with your shopping as a homesteader, which is perfect actually, it's kind of segueing what I want to talk about. There really are some good values. So I'm going to encourage my mother to do that. Her Walmart is 15, 20 miles away. But, being 70 years old, 70 plus, and it's really hard to make a Walmart trip. When we were there visiting, it was local grocery store trips. And even that's a little taxing. But so I'd encourage your mom to either look into Prime Pantry or, free shipping on Walmart products, just free basic stuff. Uh, Willow Creek. Fat finger in that Willow Creek. That's funny. Uh, yep. Pretty common thing. 41 miles to the closest Walmart. Yes. Woods family. I think that's pretty common for a lot of us. And that's okay. Uh, it is kind of a treat sometimes to go to a Walmart. But I think many of us probably overspend when we go to Walmart. Uh, yeah, I know I do. You go there to spend your $200 on your groceries for a few weeks or whatever. You end up walking out the door, shoot, with $400 of stuff and 200 that you probably didn't really need. But hey, Cody, how are you doing? I've been missing your live streams. I have a pretty consistent nap schedule. I got an early afternoon, but I wake up early and I come right in. I do my content creation and my office work and stuff like that, and on the shop. So early afternoon, I'm laying down a lot of times, and I kind of head out. The exception is Kitty. You want to go outside? Uh, the exception is Tuesdays. This is kind of overlapping my nap time, but I usually have an extra Pepsi going, and I get all jacked up for you guys, so I can stay right on. Yep, PG Nano Farm, 30 minutes away. Yep, very common. Where are we at here? I'm missing something. Uh, hey Jim, how are you doing? One of my most favorited Ontarioers. Not gonna kick you out tonight, Jim. Oh, cat, come on. Bear with me, guys. Come on. Sorry. My co-host Andrew wanted to say something, but it all sounds the same. Morale. I don't know what morale means. No impulse buys. You have incredible fortitude, sir. No impulse buys. Yeah, but Bass Pro Shops, Home Depot, whole different story. Absolutely, Bob. Yes, absolutely, Bob. I'm glad there's not a Bass Pro Shops or a Cabela's right close, or a Dick's Sporting Goods was popular back there in Michigan area. Gander Mountain. Uh, Maybe some of those are national chains. I'm not sure. You have absolutely, Nathan. Absolutely. Hey, City Stead. There's a Michigan folk. The City Stead. They are here. Say hi. PG. Yeah. I stand in the shadow of your awesomeness. Yes, Nathan is a very awesome person. So, what I wanted to say, and it actually is going to help me. I want to make a video, but I need a few of your ideas. So this is a great venue, a great. We'll put some brain power together here, guys. How is my seat coming along? My seat. You're going to get me sidetracked. I want to talk about important stuff, Sam. Questions in all caps. If you want me to answer something, question in all caps. I will field Sam's question right now, and I will get your input on that in a little bit. My seat is ready for final assembly. Done all the milling. I've shot most of my video up to the final assembly point, and I did something a little bit different with my videoing. I'm actually doing some pre-editing. I'll do a few processes, film a few clips, come in here, upload them into the computer in a shortcut, my video editing, and do some pre-editing, kind of format my storyboard. I do have the storyboard written roughly, but it's kind of hard to see my whole video in my head when you're making it. I think that might be kind of common for some people. So doing a few bits of pre-editing helps me with the next processes, uh, in what other shots I need to get to put the video together. So kind of building it as I go, stepping outside the box a little bit. I'm trying to develop a more of a flow, an easier way to. I'm just trying to change it up a little bit and see if that's going to work better for me. See you, Trish, Willow Creek. Thank you for popping in. Kathy at North Star Prep Center is here. Hello, how are you? It is not technically winter, but we still have piles of snow. It is melting incredibly fast. I see if you check out my video that I made, it was actually a little promo video. I'll post that link real quick. You can see quite a bit of prairie. As the prairie starts to dry out, the tumbleweeds will start. So, tumbleweeds, Russian thistle, sagebrush, whatever you want to call it, they die off. They're perennial, but they kind of die off in the wintertime, and they'll break right at the base. And the wind will pick up in the springtime. Prairies start to dry out. We'll get some thunderstorms, and those things will start getting cranking across the prairie. So last year I promised tumbleweed races, but I think this year we're going to do it. That's the link to my little promo video I did for the live stream. You can use a few different transitions in there, and I want you to leave a few comments for me. Let me know what you think. First time doing that. Oh, first grass mowing. All right, Sam. I can't wait to mow the grass. Something I growing up with was Dad mowed the grass all the time, but he manicured his lawn and it just looked absolutely perfect. And watered it and probably mowed the grass every 3 days, whether it needed it or not. But it just looked beautiful all the time. And I just I pride myself in having a really nice lawn. And that's something out here is, you know, you live at the end of the road and no neighbors really, so nobody's driving by and looking at your lawn. So, but I really would like to have a nice grassed area and mow the lawn. But I love the smell of grass. Something I remember as a kid. A Saturday morning, Dad would fire up the lawnmower at 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe 9, probably to wake us kids up, and it was time to do chores. But that smell in the springtime just coming through the window, man, we were up, and I just loved that. See you, Haywire. Thank you for popping in. It was awesome you came. Yeah, that's. I used to do a little bit of that, Dave, when I lived in the Upper Peninsula, because we had a gravel driveway, but I back drag it a little bit. We didn't really get too many ruts, but I'd back drag it again to kind of level it out. After plowing, you end up pushing gravel out into your yard. So there's a lot of spring. I'd be raking the side yard back into the driveway. So, oof. Placing the starter on a skid steer, hey, or Woods Family Homestead, it's probably not a incredibly fun job. There's a lot of side panels and lots of things are hidden there. I've never had one apart, but I know the back panel on my buddy's skid steer opens up, and it's how do you work on that thing? You can work on the battery. You can take the battery out, and that's like it. Uh, Short from that, I wouldn't even know where to start uh, to to take a starter off or install a starter on a skid steer. Yes, Jim. Uh, do you know why they paint John Deere tractors green? Anybody have an answer? Put it in the chat. Next, we're on Single Man. My buddy and I just finished restoring his grandfather's shopsmith. Turned out awesome. Uh, Eli knows I have a shopsmith. I couldn't, and I'm in a shopsmith group on Facebook, and we see all kinds of neat stuff. People actually do some awesome restorations, like A+ restorations, like back to perfect original condition. And there's also a lot of guys that are turning their shopsmith into kind of hot rod shopsmiths. Uh, I saw one come across the post or the group the other day, and this thing was like a hammered metallic purple. It looked really cool. Not my style. I don't know if I'd have a purple shopsmith, but it looked really cool. That was dude's style. So, hey, more faith. I know who you are now. Uh, Pardon me. Most people don't experience a build before. Yes. Uh, I do watch Andrew Camerata's channel. Also a big fan of Matthew Cremona. Matthew Cremona. Yes, Nathan. They paint them green, so when it does die in the field, you can't see it when you're driving by. Yep. Bob Montcrest, how many cameras do I shoot with? Is that for me? Ooh, yeah. That's why green paint is so expensive, Jim. Yes, absolutely. Uh, Hence, Case Tractor. I think it's called flambeau orange is not that expensive. I'm trying to incorporate more camera shots. I actually have two. I have my Galaxy S9 Plus, and then my older phone, which is actually has a really nice camera on it too, and my fake GoPro. But the thing I'm experiencing, Bob, is color correction between the devices. My GoPro is really finicky in getting the color correction right, and my Galaxy S9 Plus is so nice of a picture. It puts the other two to shame. So I really have to do a lot of playing around to get, if I'm going to do a picture in picture or scene transitions from other shots or other angles. Still kind of rookie with it, and I've been fiddling, but I want to be able to. That's why I bought the Ape Man, is to have like close up of the saw blade in time lapse or in super slow mo while I'm actually a wide angle shot. So, you know, Bub, uh, Bub has been behind the tiddler for 2 hours. Sam and Angela have been running some tillers lately, I think. And actually, I don't have that link. But I'm going to get it for you guys. Sam's better half actually replaced the carburetor on a little Mantis tiller. Put up a video today on that. That was really cool. If you want to throw that link up, Sam, I'm not getting it right now. It's not letting me. Yeah, boat, airplane, motorcycle, John Deere, money pit. Uh, Includes snowmobile into that. A quart of injection oil for a 2-cycle snowmobile is like $15. And that's just insane. Probably comes from the same exact oil manufacturer that for Yamaha's Polaris, Ski-Doo, you name it. They're probably actually identical oils. Uh, and I don't know if one's going to hurt the other. When we were running motorcycles when we were kids, we always used to use Yamalube. When we were running snow sleds back in Michigan, we had Ski-Doos, so we had to buy BRP oil or Bombardier oil or Bombardier, however you would like to say it. So, uh, yeah, Sam's wife Angela honestly did do it herself. Replaced the carburetor on that little Mantis tiller. I've never owned one. I borrowed one time many years ago, and they were actually really nice for little beds. If you have a large area, uh, like for a fresh till, big rear tine is probably the way to go. But those little Mantis tillers are great for in between rows, small beds, things like that. Imagine if you're hanging on to one for more than a half hour or so, it's probably just like wrestling a couple 4-year-olds. Um, I'm gonna open up the door, guys, and let you hear something. Yes, Andrew. Yes, that is. I think you were in the voice chat last night when I. Yes, Sam Canada Geese. Uh, Yeah, Canadian honking ducks. There's a story behind these two. It's only two. Dave, it was about a week ago, week and a half. I saw a huge flock, and I'm talking probably thousands of geese flying back north. Snow geese, though. Uh, they were white. They weren't Canadian, so they were snow geese. And I'm like, oh yeah, spring is here. It was like I think the day before spring. And 2 days ago, Fred and Ethel showed up. Not Fred and Ethel Mertz from I Love Lucy, but Fred and Ethel are geese. Fred and Ethel have been in this back pond for 3 years. They were probably here before we got here, but they land every single morning. They'll come right over top the house, coming from the would be the northwest. Now I don't know where they're flying from, and they'll land in our pond out here, and they'll stay up here all day long. They might fly off in the middle of the day sometimes, but they'll come back. So Fred and Ethel have been here. I named them 3 years ago, um, and there's like two or three ducks that hang out back there. I thought about throwing some maybe a small feed patch or something like that out there near the pond. I've never had geese, never had ducks. I don't know if they would domesticate or anything, but it's pretty interesting that they just show up. In the springtime they show up, and then in the winter they poof, they're gone. I won't see Fred and Ethel at all. They probably head south a couple hundred miles maybe. Yes, I've had wild geese and they do taste good. Uh, I was not a very good goose hunter back in Michigan. They're kind of they're really lean meat, wild goose. Uh, More of a less of a white meat, but not a red meat. Kind of middle of the road. Kind of almost reminds me of pork. Don't dry it out though. Okay. Nest box. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. Thank you, Nathan. See, my mom's still here. Maybe not. I think my mom left me. But that's okay. She did pop in. Excuse me. Uh, yeah, raised beds are a little better. Uh, I have one big main bed in the center of my greenhouse. That's where I did my Roma tomatoes last year. I want to incorporate more waist height beds for our smaller crops, like for fodder and stuff for chickens. Shorter, shorter crops. And I'm going to try to incorporate cooler areas and warmer areas that are in the greenhouse based on sunlight, based on the insulation factor in the greenhouse. I think I'm going to be able to try and manage where I'm growing particular crops. Last year was the first year of